Welcome to Morning Java, brought to you by Get Go Cafe and Markets, where, Matt, you can eat fresh all the time. But especially this month, with the in the first month of the new year, when you're looking at your New Year's resolution, trying to drop maybe a few unwanted pounds from the holidays.
We're a couple of football bros who eat a lot of pizza on the road, and it's nice to eat some salads.
Nice salad, and Get Go makes them up fresh right there for you. Matt, the Super Bowl is, of course, on Sunday, and one of the main topics heading into this Super Bowl was officiating. You were on the field for every Steelers game. What's the strangest thing or the silliest thing you've seen officials do on the field?
The silliest thing I've seen them do on the field was probably flag Joe Hayden for that interference call. I don't know. You know, they kind of like joke around a lot with the players. I think more so than people expect to see on TV. Ben Roethlisberger has just a great relationship, it seems, with so many officials.
Well, but you've been around forever.
I know. It's fun to see, though, because, you know, they'll flag him and he'll kind of like nudge him and make a comment, and they get kind of like joking about it on the field at times. You know, it's not always so serious like people think.
Yeah, that's the thing that people miss a lot. I think when you look at the officiating, obviously the Los Angeles Rams are in the Super Bowl in part because of a call that was made. The Saints also had a lot of chances just to win that game outright themselves, not let it come down to that call. The same thing for the Steelers in the regular season as well. You can win those games, you can overcome those calls, but certainly when the officials make a call that is that impactful, people are going to talk about it.
Yeah, the Steelers down the stretch really just all those close games that they played. I know people like to blame a certain officiating decision because in a close game that can swing the balance. But if you look at all of the things throughout the game that make it a close game, I mean, that one call doesn't change things. That one interference call on Joe Hayden really affected that.
Now, when
game.
there were two.
Well, the two, yeah. The one where he's jumping up and down.
14 points.
Yeah, no, the two, but you know, they had other chances to do things. And, you know, a fumble here, a fumble there throughout the whole season, not blaming Juju by any means. But
I can guarantee you one thing. This Super Bowl will not come down to an official's call.
So at some point soon, John's going to be heading to Bradenton. Matt Sunday and I will be there for different points of it. And all we're going to do down there is hang out at the beach. Yeah. Golfing a little bit?
A lot, hopefully.
Right, a lot of golf.
Yeah.
What else can we do down there that's fun?
Oh, you can hang out. You can go to the Ringling Brothers Museum. You can go to the Moat Aquarium.
The dog track for another year before they're going to end dog betting.
Farewell.
So actually, we're not going to do any of these things.
Probably not, most likely.
Have you ever even seen the beach?
I have seen the beach, but if I weren't a married man, I would have never seen the beach because the one off day, now they have two, but they used to only have one off day. My wife would schedule to come down. Yeah, the Pirates, yes. And she would come down around that time so she could be there for the off day. We would go to the beach in three straight years. We get to the beach, and within a half hour, it starts pouring down the road.
For about 10 minutes.
And I tell you what, I'm not a huge beach person, but it is beautiful. I mean, it really is. I mean, they have nice sand, and the water's green and beautiful, but it'd probably be a great place to go and hang out if you had nothing to do.
If you put a gun to my head, in Bradenton, Florida, I couldn't find the beach for you. I've never been there. I think I have a pretty good idea of north, east, south, west, so I figured that if I just continued heading in a westward direction, that I would eventually run into water. But I don't know where the beaches are in Bradenton. I have at least laid eyes on them in Sarasota because they run right up against downtown, and there's a Starbucks there. Yeah. But other than that, like, there's no time.
No, I mean, the normal day, and again, I'm not complaining because I know a million people would like to have my job, but you get the ballpark at the very latest date in the morning, and that's if you decide to sleep in an extra half hour. Yeah. But normally you're there by 7:30.
That's when the clubhouse opens, when your first availabilities
By the time the game gets done and you get your interviews, I mean, you do get some interviews during the game. They do, unlike the regular season when guys come out of the game, you can interview them. But still, by the time you wrap up, it's at least 6 o'clock, maybe 5.
It's getting dark.
Yeah, it's getting dark, so yeah, it's not really beach time. Most people, even somebody that's not a beach person like myself realizes you don't go to the beach to start your day at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm not a Bradenton fan, as some of the longtime readers will know. I'm not real big on the excessive malls and Walmarts and everything else. And there goes our Walmart sponsorship, I guess. But the one positive thing that I will and always will say, and I'm pretty sure we're on the same page with this one, is that Mixon's Fruit Farms, which is literally down the street from Pirate City, where the Pirates spent the first couple of weeks, it's unlike any place in America, isn't it?
It's a great place. It truly is. They have obviously fresh fruit. It's a fruit farm in Florida, but beyond that, they have great sandwiches.
Great people.
Great people. And the same people.
The same. I was just about to say here.
Turnover.
I'm so happy that when I walk in there every year for spring training, and Janet Mixon herself comes out and gives me a hug, not a handshake, not a. She's just. They're happy to see you, even though we're only there.
I know.
Just the one time a year. It's a beautiful place. Can't recommend it strongly enough.
Matt, you've shot numerous New England Patriots games now. Are they? They're a football team, right? They put their pants on the same as everyone else, and they go out and they play the game the same way as everybody else.
I honestly don't know if they do. I don't know. I mean, like, how many? You can go all the way back to Wes Welker, and I was a Dolphins fan, and I loved Wes Welker's return game as like a young guy in the league, and then he went to the Patriots, and he turned into this just dominant little guy. Like, I've just never understood. They find ways to take these just people that you could walk past on the street, other than Gronk. That's a whole different situation.
You walk past Gronk on the street, you know he's Gronk.
I mean, they just do something different up there, and people like to joke about it, but I mean, there's something going on that's kind of magical.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the Patriots. This is going to be their 9th Super Bowl in the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick era. If they win this one, that gives them a 6th Super Bowl win. If they lose this one, all of a sudden they're 5-4 in the Super Bowl. And I wonder if that taints what they've done a little bit. Although, I mean, getting there 9 times is really tremendous. It really is. You have to tip your cap to that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that it will taint things a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're still going to combine for at least 5, total trophies between coach and QB, and that's pretty impressive. The thing that I'm really excited in seeing in that the Rams pushing them towards that 4th loss is that kind of like makeshift secondary that the Rams have built, and it kind of resembles the way that the Patriots go about putting together their receiving core.
They've made a couple of trades to get the 2 starting cornerbacks. They signed their nickel corner in free agency, so they've kind of gotten that together this year. The Rams can do the one thing that really bothers Tom Brady, and that's rush up the middle. Aaron Donald.
Little guy named Aaron Donald.
Donald. He could really have an effect on this game. I think he's going to be one of the key players in this football game. If he can have an Aaron Donald type of game where he is really disruptive, the Rams can really win this football game. But if the Patriots find a way to control him, well, then the Patriots are probably going to win.
With that said, Hogan and Edelman, 385 combined yards and 22 touchdowns.